It may seem like your arm feels numb or a sudden headache that comes out of nowhere, but those are symptoms that you don't want to ignore because you may be having a stroke. May is National Stroke Awareness Month, and this morning, Dr. Colleen Lechtenberg from the University of Kansas Hospital is here to talk about the symptoms and treatment. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me on this morning.
First, just explain how many people are affected by stroke.
Nationally, nearly 800,000 people annually have a new or recurrent stroke, and it's actually the fourth leading cause of death in the United States.
And is this something that affects men and women equally?
It affects men and women. It actually affects a fair amount of young people, middle-aged people, and elderly people as well.
What are some of the symptoms?
The most typical symptoms of stroke are sudden onset of weakness or numbness on one side of the body, sudden onset of loss of vision in one or both eyes, sudden onset of difficulty talking or understanding, onset of vertigo, balance difficulty, incoordination.
And I understand that sometimes people have a stroke and they don't even realize that's what they're experiencing.
Yes, a fair amount of people have stroke symptoms and don't go to the hospital immediately. And that's important to recognize stroke because there are actually effective treatments for stroke. In Kansas, actually, half of the deaths that happen occur before people even get to the hospital. So that tells us as healthcare providers that we need to do a better job educating the public.
Well, hopefully May, being Stroke Awareness Month, we can do that. If someone feels like they're experiencing certain symptoms, what do they need to do?
Well, anybody can do a test called, it's a simple act fast test. Face, arm, speech, and time. So face, you ask the person to smile. Does one side of their face droop? Arms, have the person hold their arms out in front of them. Does one arm drift down or is it weak? Speech, can the person repeat a simple sentence correctly? Are their words slurred? And then time emphasizes the importance of calling 911 and going to the hospital immediately and seeking medical attention because there are treatments that exist for stroke.
Something easy to remember, fast.
Fast.
May is Stroke Awareness Month, so if you believe that you are having any symptoms, just remember fast. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Yeah, thank you for having me on.